Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a bit of a departure from my typical beauty content, and it's going to be a fashion haul that I have done recently. Well, it's a collective haul, let's say. Not like a all buy at once haul. I mean, I don't typically shop like that anymore, where like you just go out and you just like tear that store up. Like from end to end. You just take out all the racks. I don't shop like that anymore. I typically tend to pick up pieces here and there over time, and especially when I find great end of season sales, and that's what this is. I got some great pieces end of season. I do much better end of winter season rather than end of summer, probably because I live in a colder climate, so it will stay cold for a few more months up here, so I can get wear out of the items that I'm picking up at the end of season for quite a long time afterwards, versus end of summer, it's not going to last me as long. And plus, winter stuff is supremely more expensive. Coats, boots, sweaters, and compared to sandals, sundresses, shorts, I mean, you can't even compare the two. So that's why I love to kind of wait for the end of season sales. And like I said, I got some really great items. I typically use my Pinterest board. I use a pin board to shop, meaning that I try to organize the things that I see that when I'm online shopping. That way I know where the store was that I found that sweater that I loved or those jeans that I loved. And it helps me just organize my shopping a little bit better. And then I can kind of go back and keep checking to see when the item goes on sale. And another tip, if an item goes on sale and it gets sold out, especially in your size, don't take that as a sign or completely write the item off, because a majority of these items that I bought were all on sale and all gone. Like, my size was nowhere to be found. Checked every single retailer, gone. So I was like, all right, well, I guess wasn't meant to have it. And then I checked back randomly one day, and all of a sudden, with some of these, someone had returned my size, so it was back up, and it was only one left, or they had decided to restock the item, but at the sale price. Crazy. So never give up when it's a sale item, unless it's like 6 months later, then, give it a rest. But, if the item is kind of just recently gone out of stock, I would keep checking back, like every few weeks, just to see. All right, first let's start with a pair of boots that I purchased. And these I purchased about a month ago, and they are by IRO Paris. And they're kind of like a pointy toe ankle boot. I've talked before, I don't really buy very many high heels anymore. I tend to like flats or more like a kitten heel. This is the highest that I go. These are 3.25, so they're 3.25, which I was a little worried about at first. I'll show them to you up close so you can kind of see the detail on them. I was really kind of worried at first that they would be too high, because I typically stay between like the 2 and 3 mark, but 2 and 3 inches, but surprisingly they're super comfortable, and they actually are not that high when I'm wearing them. And I wore them the other day for like 6 hours straight, and I was like walking around and on my feet. So the only thing is I do have to stretch this area out a little bit. Like I wear socks around the house in my boots, and just take some time for this to stretch out, because I did get one blister like the first day that I wore it, especially from the pointiness. But I prefer pointy-toed boots to more round toe. I just like the look of them a little bit better. And this is a brand I've never purchased before, so I was really excited because like I said, I have a hard time finding boots that I really love that aren't ridiculously high heels, and it's just or has I don't really like a super chunky heel, and I don't like a super round toe. I'm just really picky about it. And as you should be, if you're spending your money and you're making an investment, or you're just, spending your money in general, you want to make sure you get what you want. Okay, so talking about checking back to a website over and over again to make sure that the item is truly sold out, but then it comes back in your size. In fact, it comes back in all sizes. This is that example. So this is a sweater I bought. It's by a designer called Veronica Beard, and it's a cute little camo sweater, and it has these it has zippers on the side, on both sides. And I mean, nothing fancy. I'm not gonna undo the zippers, but it was just a cute little detail. And I liked it that it was different than your typical camo print, which is green and brown, and I liked that it was kind of a black, beige, and gray. Now, I had seen this sweater, and I had been kind of coveting it as soon as I saw it launch on, I can't remember what site I first saw it on. It was on a bunch of different sites. and I fell in love with it, and I was like dying to get it, but it was $400, and I was like, no, I cannot. I mean, I can justify spending money on things for whatever reason, if it's, if it's a coat, or if I feel something is going to last me, or I just couldn't. It was a camo sweater. I was like, I just couldn't justify it. And then it went on sale down to like $115 or $118. And I was like, what? That's crazy. So, especially for, like I said, I've really been wanting it, and I know it's a pattern that I love camo patterns, and I love pattern sweaters in general. I knew I would wear it for years and years and years. I mean, most of the sweaters in my drawer I'm wearing for like 5 or 6 years plus. They're still going strong. So, and it sold out my size, obviously. Then I checked back one night randomly, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they restocked every single size at the discounted price. So I was like, I gotta get it. So hence, here it is. Really excited to wear it with another item that I purchased, and I'll show you in a little bit. Another sweater that I recently got was this one from Rag & Bone, and I had been really wanting this. I saw this pattern or this print come out like the end of 2015. I saw it like start to launch on sites, and it came in a long skirt, so you could like wear it all as one piece. I just wanted the sweater. And then they had like a scarf in the same print and kind of like the mohair fabric. The scarf was like ridiculously expensive for a scarf, and I mean, I know it was the pattern and everything, but I was like, nah. And I think I don't remember how much I managed to get this for. I think I managed to snag it at like 50 or 60% off, because I've seen it though on websites now, and the price has gone back up, which I was kind of surprised at, though the sizes are not fully available anymore. There's only like a size here and there. So I was glad that I was able to snag it when I did. I loved it just because, first of all, most of my sweaters that I have, if you follow me on my blog, and I mean, I tend to buy a lot of like pattern sweaters. I just like, a little bit of something extra to my sweaters. I mean, I do have some solid sweaters like the one I'm wearing today. This one's from Banana Republic like years ago. But I do love kind of like a pattern sweater and it being the statement piece. And this I felt was. The only thing with this one was when it arrived, I sized down because I have some old Rag & Bone sweaters and they can run rather large. So I got like an extra small, and it fits perfectly everywhere. But it was a little short. Like it comes up to right at the, like where my high-waisted jeans would fit me. It like meets right at the top of that jean. And I first was debating whether or not to keep it, but I started layering it over I layered it over like a long silk tank top that I had that like, kind of came down well below the sweater, and I layered it over like a long silk button down that I had that was like a navy color. And it really looked cool. I liked this isn't a total cropped sweater, but it was a little bit shorter than my other sweater, so I needed that extra bit underneath. And it was a look that I had never experimented with before. And then once I started realizing I could pair it with like kind of like a denim shirt underneath, my black tank top, my black silk tank top, a few other silk shirts I had, I realized like I really liked the look of it, so I decided to keep it. And I've been wearing it a ton, and it's super warm. Okay, next let me show you some jeans that I picked up. I'm so particular when it comes to jeans. It's really hard for me to, first of all, find jeans that I really like. 2 reasons. I have a very short inseam. I'm 5'4", but I have very short legs and a longer torso. And the other reason is because my legs are, I have much more like muscular legs and like hips and thighs and definitely some curves. So the top of the jeans will always like gape in the back or that sort of thing. So I've gone to the high-waisted jean trend. So rather than the kind of low waist or the mid-rise, because sometimes like mid-rises will like hit me at the most awkward angle, and it gives me like a faux muffin top, where you're like, it's doing that because it's ill-fitting, not because, you need, there's anything wrong with yourself. You have the wrong style jeans and they don't fit right. So I've gone to the high-waisted side, and I found some really great ones that I love. First of all, Topshop makes great high-waisted jeans, and they make shorter inseams. And then I bought a pair from Seven for All Mankind for high-waisted, and I didn't have to hem them either, so that's great. And I found 2 more pairs of high-waisted jeans that I didn't have to hem. They're by Mother Denim, and I bought 2 pairs, and they're both gray, but different kind of washes and have a different ankle to them. So this is the first one. This is kind of more like an acid wash, And what I loved about this is it had a frayed ankle. I thought that was kind of neat. They're kind of distressed. And they're really, really kind of stretchy. They're like a legging type. And they're not as high-waisted as the second pair, but I still loved it. I loved the color. I loved how well they fit. And I loved that I didn't have to hem them. And they're great also for like knee-high boots because they're so tight. And I can just put, socks over them and my boot slides right on, because that's the kind of tip for wearing knee-high or thigh-high boots is make sure your jeans are like legging jeans. So really loved that pair. And then I purchased this other pair. I think one of these was on sale, and I believe it's still on sale. So I'll link all of the items down below just so that you have a reference. And if I can find them on multiple sites, I'll link them on multiple sites as well, just in case, one site maybe has a better price, better sizing, whatever. So this is the other pair. It's more of a blue-gray, but I really love the ankle because it has like a zipper. So, not that I'm going to unzip it or anything, but I just like the detail. And the thing is, most zipper jeans that have a zippered ankle, I love the look of them, but they're always for like 30, 31 inch inseams, and I need like a 28. 29 is the max that I can go where it won't start to like bunch, and even 29 is kind of bunch on me a little bit. So this does really hit me right at the bottom of my ankle, but I loved it. It was really high-waisted, so it's really comfortable. There's no gaping in the back, and it makes my legs look really, really long because of the high-waisted. But a tip with high-waisted, this is going to sound like ridiculous, but if you wear high-waisted jeans, you'll know what I'm talking about. It can give you that like really long butt look. Do you know what I'm saying? There are some girls that can wear high-waisted jeans and with like a crop top, and their butt doesn't look a mile long. But when I wear high-waisted jeans, I need if I wear it with like a button-down shirt, I'll untuck the back of the button-down shirt, or I'll wear it with like a longer sweater or something, because that's the only trick with high-waisted jeans is you could get that like mile-long butt look. Do you know what I'm saying? No? Just me? I'm sure you guys know what I'm saying. But that's what I found the only challenges. But like the Mother Denim, because they kind of have like a curve to them, the second pair with the zippers, they have like a curve to them, so it looks a little more hourglass than it does really, really, like super high-waisted, and for some reason from the back, it does have a little more curve to it, so it's not as difficult to wear. But some of my high-waisted jeans, I definitely have to wear like a longer shirt in the back to kind of make up for the fact that the jeans like up to my belly button. Okay, this last item, oh my gosh, I have been stalking this jacket. It's like a sweater coat or sweater jacket forever. And then it went on sale and I was like, oh my gosh. And then it was gone like in 3 seconds. And then someone returned one of them in my size, just one. That was the only one left. And so I took it as a sign. And this is by the same brand as my boots. This is by IRO Paris. And it's a kind of sweater jacket. It's like the funniest material. It's like this like shaggy kind of looped material. I'm going to put it on so you can kind of see what it looks like. It's hard because I wouldn't wear it over a big sweater like this, but I really wanted you guys see the effect of the collar, which was so cool, which is really what sold me on it. It has this like stand-up collar, and really, really the color is like this really rich Bordeaux wine color, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. And I love, it's much more fitted, and it's a little bit different than like a big coat that I have to wear, or, if I don't want to wear like a denim jacket or a big coat. It's nice to have like a sweater jacket like this that brings like a little bit of warmth, but you can throw on a t-shirt underneath and not have to really like bundle up. So I just thought it was like a really cool, fun pattern or fabric, and I loved the cut. Like I said, it was it's really, really flattering. I got the size 34. This one, unfortunately, I believe is sold out. Though, like I said, it was sold out for weeks. And then I checked the Neiman Marcus website and I was like, there it is, just sitting there, waiting for me. So, but I will link some similar ones. This fabric, I don't know what to call this fabric, I guess. I've seen it in a few other colors and style jackets, but they're all full price, unfortunately. But, if you're definitely interested in it, wait till the end of the season, maybe the end of the spring or summer season, and snag it when it goes on sale. So I thought this, was really excited to wear that. I've been wearing it, I have a burgundy turtleneck. Julie turtlenecks that I buy from Club Monaco. I talked about that in my fall fashion favorites video. I love Club Monaco, like the really fitted turtlenecks, and they made a burgundy one, and it's a kind of a different shade of burgundy, so it plays off well off the coat. So I've been wearing it with, some jeans and, boots, and I think it's really cute. So hope you guys like this video. It was a little bit, like I said, a little bit of a departure from my typical beauty content, but I thought it would really wanted to show. I love these kind of videos, actually. I love watching. It's like shopping vicariously through people. It's so fun. So I will link, like I said, everything down below if I can find items in multiple retailers. Like I said, some of the items may be sold out, but some of the items I believe are still available. So I will talk to everyone soon. If you have any questions or anything, leave me a comment below, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.